What is going on, everyone? This is Eric coming at you from just outside of Hartford, Connecticut. And today we're going back to the 2009 NFL Draft as we look at the draft pick swap that would eventually lead to the selection of Michael Oher. Now, Michael Oher obviously is a well-documented player. Before we even look at his football career, he has the whole movie The Blind Side as well as the book The Blind Side basically written about him. Definitely, if you haven't seen him, definitely would recommend checking him out. Solid movie. Haven't read the book yet, but it is on my list of books to read. So the trade saw the Baltimore Ravens acquire the 23rd pick from the New England Patriots in exchange for the 26th and 162nd picks. So how did this trade work out? We will start with the Baltimore Ravens, who, with the 23rd pick, would select offensive tackle Michael Oher. Now, Oher himself, he was a solid starting tackle, spending 3 years at right tackle and 2 years at left tackle for Baltimore. Now, unfortunately, he never really took the step from solid to being an elite tackle. He was more of an above-average guy, a guy who you could put out there, and you knew you weren't going to get a Pro Bowl season out of him, but you knew that you weren't going to be rushed every other play. So he was good. The problem was he ended up outpricing himself from Baltimore. He ends up signing a contract elsewhere, Carolina, and he walked after 5 years. Not a horrible trade for Baltimore, but they could have gotten a lot more. You'll see what I mean in 1 second. So New England would get the 26th and 162nd picks. Now they would trade both of those picks to the Green Bay Packers in exchange for the 31st, the 73rd, and the 83rd picks. So the 41st pick would be used on cornerback Darius Butler. And Darius Butler had a good rookie year, but he really fell off a cliff in his second year in the NFL, and he ends up getting cut. Now, the 83rd pick would be used on wide receiver Brandon Tate, and Tate was mostly a kick/punt returner for 2 years before he himself would also get cut. Now, the 73rd pick was traded by New England to the Jacksonville Jaguars in exchange for the 232nd pick in 2009, as well as a 2010 second-round pick. So, pick 232 was used by New England on wide receiver Julian Edelman. Now, remember, Edelman was a college quarterback. So he would spend the first 4 years in the NFL as mostly a special teamer, did very little on offense, but he was a good special team player. So he ends up getting a chance in the 2013 season, and he just breaks out. Now, he would dominate in 2014, and he had a very strong Super Bowl appearance against the Seattle Seahawks. Now, he ends up continuing to be a strong wide receiver one, and then we have the 2016 Super Bowl, or I should say 2017 Super Bowl against the Atlanta Falcons, where he made that amazing catch with 3 players basically draped all over him, managed to catch the ball, and that play really cemented the turn of the tide for New England. So he made a key play there. Now, he would miss all of the 2017 season with a torn ACL, and then 2018, he had a good season, not great, but he really dominated when it came time to the Super Bowl, where he just had such a good game. He ends up winning Super Bowl MVP in Super Bowl 53. In the win over the Rams. Now, after that, he has another strong year in the 2019 season, but nothing amazing. And then in 2020, he ends up hurting his knee in October, which required season-ending surgery. So he's been a very good investment for New England, and he's one of the few players left from the golden years at this point for New England. Now, that 2010 second-round pick would become the 42nd pick, and that pick was used on tight end Rob Gronkowski. So Gronkowski in and of himself could have gotten his own video, but he became an instant fan favorite and an instant favorite target for Tom Brady. Now, he had an elite 2011 season and a very strong start in 2012 before he broke his arm. Now, his arm would need 4 total surgeries due to infection, and then he needed back surgery as well. So, yeah. Now, he would end up playing 7 games the next year before he would tear his ACL, and he had very strong seasons in 2014 and 2015. Now, injuries would shorten his 2016 season, and he once more needed back surgery. He has an elite 2017 campaign, and then he has an okay 2018 campaign, but he clearly just fell out of favor for the team. Now, he ends up retiring, and then he does return before the 2020 season, but he gets traded. And we're not going to follow that trade. It's just too recent of a trade to really discuss, in my opinion, in this video. So he is a 5-time Pro Bowler, 4-time first-team All-Pro, and he was a member of the 2010s All-Decade team, as well as leading the NFL in receiving touchdowns one time. So he was a very good pickup for New England. Honestly, this trade right here with Jacksonville cemented it. So how did the other two teams, Green Bay and Jacksonville, do? We're going to go with Jacksonville real quick. So they would use that 73rd pick on cornerback Derek Cox. And he was an average starting cornerback, for 4 seasons before he left the team via free agency. Jacksonville, I don't want to say you messed up, but you may have messed up. Even if you just got Gronk, you're feeling that. Now, Green Bay also had a good pick. So Green Bay got 26 and 162, and with the 26th pick, they would use that on linebacker Clay Matthews. So Matthews had a strong rookie season, recording 10 sacks. Now, he has an even better year in 2010, and he would record a career-high 3 interceptions in 2011. Now, he has a very strong 2012 season, and unfortunately for him, 2013 was a little bit hampered by a broken thumb. Now, 2014 and 2015 were both very strong seasons for Matthews once more. Now, he had a career bad year in the 2016 season, and then he had 2 okay seasons in 2017 and 2018 before he would leave the team as a free agent. He is a 6-time Pro Bowler, a 1-time Defensive Player of the Year, a 1-time First-Team All-Pro, and a 1-time Second-Team All-Pro. Once more, another big player acquired by a team in this trade. Now, the last player discussed in this trade is the 162nd pick, which Green Bay would use to select offensive tackle Jamon Meredith, and Meredith did not make the team. So the bar was high, and he didn't hit there. So, all in all, this was a very big trade. It got a couple of bigger names here as well. Clay Matthews and Rob Gronkowski, both of which were arguably going to be their own separate videos for me. But they all looped in with Michael Oher, who himself definitely deserved his own video. Hope you guys enjoyed this trade talk. Have a good rest of your day.